Picked up a dragon fruit the other day at the grocery store. They were out on display close to the entrance, and I figured, why not? It's kind of it's a really cool fruit. Really unique. So I'm having fruit every once in a while. I usually try and keep sugar out of my diet, but fruit doesn't seem to be too bad, like compared to refined sugars. I'm real sensitive to sweets. Give me headaches, and I just get real bad sugar crashes after eating like a candy bar or something. So fruit's a little better than that, than like candy. Hoping it's not overripe. I heard these are supposed to get real bright red, so I waited a couple days, and it's actually getting a little duller red. So I think it was ripe when I first got it, and this stuff's kind of curly. And so let's just find out, I guess. Very pretty fruit, very colorful. Gonna save a few of these seeds as well, just because the plant's really cool looking as well. And it'd be fun to grow one day when I get my base, my home base of operations. Alright, let's give it a try. I might have waited too long on letting this ripen. Looks a little dark. The interior is supposed to be a little more white. It's pretty good. I could tell that got overripe. But it's, I think if that was a little more ripe, that would be pretty good. Waited too long on that, but I'll grab some seeds, and it'd be cool to try and grow a few of these sometime down the road when I have a place to do that. This side's a little better, a little more sweet. Kind of reminds me of like a cross between a watermelon and a kiwi. Yeah, not too bad. I rather enjoyed that. I'm sure that'll be a lot better if I can eat it before it's too ripe. I'm gonna try that next time, but yeah, the more I got into it, the more I started enjoying it, even though the sweetness is kind of diminished a little bit. But I like it. It's different. Alright, you guys, time for an update on the project. Rain has finally stopped, so I'm about to get welding. I need to, well, I'm still working on the diesel heater, making a mount for the 15-gallon gas tank that I got. It's gonna go right here. I already made the bottom framework that will support it. That'll bolt right here. Now I am making a step that'll go over the top, so you're not stepping on the gas tank. And that's been getting put off from rain. Patch is still doing good. Not a single leak, except up here at the window where the caulking or the window sealant has kind of shrunk and degraded a little bit. It's created a small opening along the seam of the side of the window here. Just a teeny tiny bit of water will trickle down when it's dumping rain. It has to be pouring down rain, and for a long period of time. I put this rag here because it likes to pool up in this area, and it just it's so slow it just evaporates off that rag. But yeah, window definitely has some failing sealant on it. This side does it a little bit too. There's also a small gap or two on the seam, but that's also so slow that It never actually gets down here. I just see a little bit of wetness right there. Other than that, this RV is completely leak free and I love it. So yeah, diesel heater. Got a fuel gauge. That's gonna go up on the dash. Gonna be able to keep an eye on the diesel for the heat, so I don't run it out of fuel, get a bunch of air in the line. This was quite the, I kept changing my mind on what I was doing with this. I bought a 3/8 inch barbed bulkhead fitting to go on the bottom. So if I ever ran it out of fuel and got a bunch of air in the line, all I have to do is add fuel and it will just refill the line. If, you know, so long as I go up and, you know, disconnect the line and let the air come out and the fuel flow up to the, I was thinking about putting like a T valve or like a T and then a valve, so I could just crack it, drain out the diesel to like a cup, and reprime the line that way. But then I was like, I don't know if I really want to bother with the hassle of not just having to bleed the line every time I run it out of gas, which will probably be never, since I got the gauge for it. It's got a sending unit on it, on this 15 gallon. Got this for 130 bucks off eBay. 138 actually, and I think it'll work out pretty good. But so I decided against, you know, I would have had to take this thing off to be able to get my hand down in there to tighten on the nut for the bulkhead fitting, and it seemed like kind of a hassle. So I came up with the idea just to use these. I'll have a vent, a fuel. One of these is a fuel out, and then there's a fuel return. Decided to just run 3/8 line. You know, this tank came with a little connector kit and hose kit. So I thought I like the idea a whole lot better just using these. I'll connect the lines up, one to a vent, one to fuel supply. It's gonna go down. It's going through 3/8 inch big fuel line up to the little 3/16 inch diesel heater connection, so there'll be plenty of volume of fuel, so the pump isn't struggling too much. I still think that is going to be, I think 3/8 will be plenty big to get a large volume of fuel up to the diesel heater fuel pump, so it's not struggling. And that's going to connect off of a T. That way I can loop the fuel supply back around through a fuel pump. I still have my little 5/16 inch 12 volt fuel pump. It's like a 1 PSI fuel pump that I used for filling the Predator 2000 generator. And I'm going to use that to prime the line. That way I could just hit a button, prime fuel up through the T, and then back to the return. And then I don't have to worry about disconnecting fuel lines or cracking the valve and having to collect diesel out of the line when I'm priming it. Just hit a button, it'll pull fuel through in a loop, and off a T out of that loop, the diesel heater will get its fuel. If by small chance, I really don't think the diesel heater is going to struggle too much, but if by small chance that this is, you know, because it's going about 14 feet up to where the fuel pump's going to be, if that is too far for the diesel heater fuel pump to pull, then I will put the fuel pump on the other side. We'll put the fuel pump in between the supply connection and the diesel heater's fuel pump connection where it is teed off, and I will just pressurize the line. So whenever I run the, you know, if the diesel heater can't pull the fuel this far, which I'm pretty sure it can, once it's primed through a 3/8 inch fuel line, I think it'll do just fine. If it is too far for the diesel heater to work, which I doubt, I'll just put the fuel pump here, and whenever I run the diesel heater, we'll turn the fuel pump on. It'll just constantly loop fuel around, slightly pressurizing the line, and then the fuel pump for the diesel heater will have plenty of assistance for sucking up fuel. But I don't think I'm gonna have to do that. This tank is gonna be sitting up in elevation, even though it has to come up and out of the supply connection. It's still gonna siphon somewhat and I don't think it's gonna struggle. But anyway, that's what I'm working with. Overcomplicated the situation. I could have just put a small tank up under the wheel well, but I really didn't want to do that. So I ended up getting this. And then I was gonna put this fitting in the bottom. I was gonna cut this part off. This AN fitting, I think it's called. So that's what I'm working with right now. Diesel tank, 15 gallons. Run a line, a 3/8 inch line, up to the diesel heater fuel pump. We'll attach that in here somewhere. It's gonna tee off and go back through a 5/16 inch fuel line, because that's what size the fuel pump is, and it doesn't really need a 3/8 return. All it needs to do is pull fuel up to the T. So whenever I run it out of gas, I'll just run the fuel pump for a few seconds, get it primed, and the diesel heater should take it from there. 15 gallons, lots of fuel. I'm thinking that'll go at least 3 weeks. I can go about a week on 5 gallons. So that's what I'm estimating on that. It'll be real nice to be able to just have a large supply of diesel to keep me warm in the winter. Real quick, let's give a big shout out and a thank you to our recent supporters, Daryl G. Daryl G, thank you so much for helping out the channel. Daryl G says, my channel on tube, Daryl Gobin. Thank you, Daryl, for your support and helping to keep the videos coming. Also, of course, we got John Paul W. Again, thank you very much, John Paul W., for your continued support of the channel. John Paul W. says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, John Paul W. Appreciate it. And Ollie S. Ollie S., thank you very much for your continued support of the channel. Thank you, everybody, for your support. And then it's also nice that I can just pull up to a gas pump and fill it right up from the nozzle. So, no rain, finally. About to get to welding. Gonna finish making the step. The mount for the tank is already done. Just need a way to protect it when I step over it, step on it. It'll be really cool when I'm done. Definitely got a little turned into a bigger project than I thought it was gonna be, but you know, I didn't want to. I've already talked about this, I think, but I didn't want to put a tank right in here where it's going to be constantly getting hit by rocks and road debris and dirt. Didn't want to cut a hole here. The tank also would have had to need some, like, you know, it would have had to have at least come out to about here. So at that point, the bottom of it would be getting kind of close to that tire. I didn't like that idea. This is going to be much nicer. And at a later time, I will probably add a second diesel heater so I can have one for the cab, which if I get a second diesel heater, I will reroute the cab's diesel heater up as defrost if I need it. I'm going to just use 12-volt fans for the time being and see how that works out. A lot of buses and trucks have them, but I think it'll work. It'll defrost a whole lot faster with a diesel heater. Project for later. This will be plenty to keep everything warm. You know, warm up the cab, get the 12-volt fans going. I think that'll be good enough for thawing out the windows or drying out the windows. So, I do believe it is the 22nd today, so Merry Christmas, everybody. I might have this up by the 25th. If not, Merry late Christmas. Merry slightly late Christmas. Won't take me too long to edit this, but I do need to get started on the welding, so I may have this up in time, I may not, but I think I'll get it up by Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you all out there are doing great, living your best lives and enjoying it. Nice day today. It's nice to finally get the rain to go away. So, got some work to do. And stay tuned. Got lots coming up. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.